Thank you very much for joining us in this live session, and straight out of the whatever it is, we are looking at Greybuck Visioning. It's up 29.29%. At some point it was actually higher than that. You can see that it's currently trading at $7.15. At some point it reached $8.4688 in this pre-market stroke post-market. Momentum is gradually improving. You can see that here. It's currently at above, yes, it's at 50 and extending further. That's what's going on right now. Let's see. Let's return and see. There isn't any news as such concerning Greybuck. No news came out as at the yesterday the 10th. It's saying the news here. It's a snippet, but it's not really a news. It's just the news about what's going on. It says Greybuck Vision surges 31% after market close, extending 22% gains at the close. So a total of about 31%, roughly 60% so far since the 10th of June. That's what we're looking at right now as it concerns Greybuck. Let's see who's online. Okay, if you just joined us, thank you very much for doing so. There isn't any news out there, but definitely other news, various news platforms also carry the news that there is a chance that it's a stock that market participants have been trying to see if there's going to be a short squeeze on it, citing the fact that it has a small float and all that stuff, So that's what's going on right now with Greybuck. That's what's going on right now. Okay, so the stock was extending. As at the 21st of May, it was below all of its moving averages and it's been extending up. So this stock hasn't really traded for a very long time. It doesn't seem to have a trend analysis as such, but interestingly, it has had a unique retracement all the way back from early February. Before that time, it was gradually extending, even though there were some corrections and extensions, but since that 9th of February, it has continued to retrace. So let's return and see what's going on live on Grey. It's currently now has an extension of 31.65% at the moment. So let's quickly go on and see what's going on with pgen. Pgen is phge Inc. It's up 29.33%. 30% now, but at some point it was actually higher than that. Yes, it was higher than that. It was up to reached $9.6. So it's currently retracing below all of its moving averages, including the volume weighted average price at the moment. That's what's going on right now. If you just joined us, thank you very much for doing so. We're covering the stocks on the move at the moment. So we're looking at phge at the moment. It's currently up 30.19% at the moment, retracing from the high of $9.6 it had during this pre-market session. So, and the markets will open in about 2 hours or thereabout. So thank you very much all of you for joining us. So let's go ahead and look at UWMC. If you have any comments, leave it there for us to have a look. And if there are any other stocks you want us to have a look, by all means put it in the comment box. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. Holdings Corp up 6.73%. Not very much has been going on. It's been moving sideways. Momentum is declining gradually, just slightly above the oversold territory. As it concerns the 14 period slow stochastic oscillator, momentum might be below the signal line because obviously the stock is below its 10-day moving average, I believe. So let's go ahead and look at GameStop. GameStop is also on the move at the moment, up 5.63%, extending above all of its moving averages, including the 10-day, including volume weighted average price, all of them. So just steadily and gradually extending. Momentum is very strong for GameStop right now based on this 1 minute live model of what's going on. So its momentum is strong. Yes, it's extending. Let's have a look and see what happened over the last 15 minutes and see what we're looking at. Okay, it's not exactly, it was actually better. It was actually better than what we are looking at right now. So but as right now, this very minute, it is very much bullish. But over the, looking at it from the 15-minute model, it's not so wonderful. But let's see further out. Let's see what the 1 hour picture is. Okay, it's also saying that it's been retracing, but this is over so many days. But I think over this session alone, it is still very much bullish. You can see that the signals are looking at, but even at that, it's still below all of its moving averages based on this 1 minute model. But things are gradually looking up. It's up 5.57%. so all in all, all that we're looking at right now, which is the 1 minute model, will ultimately stack up and change the picture of the much bigger models. So it's up 5.49%. So if you just join us, thank you very much. We are looking at what is going on at the moment. So let's quickly have a look at CCXI. Okay, it's up 13.17%. At some point, it had its extension began at the open of this pre-market / post-market session, and since that time it moved sideways for a couple of minutes, well, close to 1 hour, and has retraced, and since that time it's been moving sideways, currently below all of its short-term moving averages, but above the intermediate, which is the 50-day in this case, and also above the 200-day, which is the longer term moving average, and also below the volume weighted average price at the moment. So Chemocentrics Inc. up 13.17%. so let's see if there's any news concerning this stock. If there's any news, let's see let's find out what is behind this extension it's having. CCXI. So we have a relatively small float of 69.75 million shares. There isn't any news as such. It's just they have a disclosure as on the 9th of May, as on 9th of June. Okay, it was a disclosure filed by a management group. So there isn't any news as such, so there's a good chance it's also one of the stocks that market participants are expecting or wish to have it squeezed. We have a relatively small float of roughly 70 million shares. So let's see if there are any options on Chemocentrics. Whether there are options on it. Yes, there are options, so this will help us have a good look about how things are going. With the options, we can tell what is going on, because if there are short sellers involved, they usually tend to use options to hedge. At the same time, market makers are also also tend to watch what's going on with the options, and then from there they decide whether to go ahead and buy the shares itself to cover themselves and all that, so to hedge and all that stuff. So right now we are going on. This is the June 18 strike, or June 18 options that will expire in 7 days. So we don't have any figures at the moment because the market has not opened. So, but we can look at it from a different, see a detailed result of what's detailed picture of that table. So let's CCXI. So if you just joined us, thank you very much for doing so. We are looking at chemocentrics. It has an extension of 12.65%. We are trying to find out what's really going on. We haven't found any fresh news as such. The news there is as old as June 9th. So we are suspecting that, I mean, if there is a short squeeze that is behind what's going on, I think the options will give us a good picture to some extent. So that's what we're looking at right now, to find out if there's anything in that regard. So Chemocentrics Inc. So let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and see what's going on. So this is the June 18 options. They will expire next week. So from here we can see the open interests. So we have open interests quite yes, we have the 1250. It has 7,797, and we also have after that it begins to drop. We also have the 25. It has 2,276. So these, I mean, what we can actually conclude is that there's a modest expectation that, at least based on what we're looking at here, the option traders are pricing in an extension up to $12.50. That is just based on this casual look at things. So concerning chemocentrics, so we are now on the July 16th. These ones will expire in 35 days. So let's also come here. We can also see again we have 30,794 open interests for the $12.50. We also have 2,450 for the 15 strike. We have for the 20, we also have 30,288. So it just gives us a fair idea, a rough idea of what people are speculating, what they're expecting to happen to chemocentrics. So we also have yet again the 1250. We have 1,046 for the August 20 options. So all what we can, to some extent conclude is that market participants are really expecting the stock to extend to $12.50. That is chemocentrics. So it has already exceeded that. So this is totally different. So the expectation has come into fruition for these option traders. The stock has now gotten into the money. It has exceeded the 1250. So we'll see how things pan out in the subsequent sessions, whether obviously naturally the 15 strikes will also begin to see more open interests. So based on that June 18, we also have a reasonable amount of open interest. So it's at 30,320. So by the time the market opens, all of these figures will change totally, so yes, they are definitely optimistic. They are very much bullish, but the moving averages, the short and intermediate are very much bullish, but the intermediate and the long term rather, they're looking up, but the momentum is not so strong at the moment for CCIX. So let's go ahead and see what's going on with Gray Vision Inc. up 25.32%, but currently retracing at the moment. So even though it is currently at 25.14, it was at some point it was actually higher than that, somewhere up to $8 and some fraction. So let's also go ahead and see whether we can find anything, what the speculation is like. So thank you very much if you just joined us. We're trying to find out what's going on with Gray Vision. Yep. Hello, Paul. Paul, yes. Crazy week in the market, yes. Okay, well, lucky you, yes, Clove. Let's quickly have a look and see what's going on there before we go and continue with Greybog. Okay, Clover is up 5.3%, just cooling off between its short and intermediate moving averages, but I think everything is still very much bullish regardless of that small retracement we are looking at right now. So yeah, it has since continued to extend that. I believe so. Yeah, let's look and see what the daily model is saying for Clover. Okay, yeah, so it was actually higher than that exactly. It reached 22, but since pulled back now. So yeah, naturally this will be expected. Naturally it will be expected, yes. So how are you doing? How are you doing today, Paul? We're also looking at Gray Vision. I don't exactly know if it has options. I'm not sure. Okay, let's return and see what's going on. Okay, yeah, it's always the case. Yes. Well, yeah, it's always the case. Yeah, there's always the temptation to always go back in again is always there, so I definitely know what you experienced at the moment, yes. But yes, I think there's a good chance within 1 month something's gonna happen, with Clover. The fact that it has tested $22, the optimism is there, and the short sellers have not really gone away. They're actually there. Their money is there. Their money has been locked up. We can see this retracement. They definitely have a hand in it, and for sure I think the money is moving around. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, it's around some of these biotech stocks. It will still come back anyway. Well, Clover is still very much part of it. It's it's still not far away from it, so still very much in their territory. So if things die down a bit, I believe they will still come back again to squeeze out the money that is there, yeah. So let's look at Greybog Vision. Greybog Vision doesn't have any news concerning it, so we are looking at, we have 3,302 open interests at $7.50. So, and also that is also the case, 1,487 for the 750. But obviously this will be the case because it's probably the next level. So currently it is okay. Let's return and see Gray. Yes, that's true. I mean, you're lucky. You're lucky, man. Not everybody. If you, even in the midst of all of this, you'd be surprised. Some people did lose. Some people are just unfortunate. And they got involved at the very wrong time when everything had peaked. And so for sure there are people who have not gained anything as such. But you're lucky. Yes, you're lucky. Yeah, 10K is not very much tidy. I mean, you can't. I mean, you can't. I mean, you're really lucky. 10K in 1 week. That's very tidy. That's really really tidy. There's hardly um, there's hardly very few jobs you can sit and work and get 10K in a week. You know. So yeah, that's why investing, by all means, it's something we all have to do. And that's why, amongst other things, on this platform, you all to get involved, and we help people make good use of their money. You know, and not everybody who is very very confident about investing or staking their money and all that stuff. Not everybody has gained succeeded in getting that confidence yet. So what we basically do is if you notice, the huge elephant in your expenses, usually your mortgage and your rent. So what we just simply do, we placed some of our shares in your direction. We give you some of them. At the moment, we're giving about 10,000 if you sign up. So once you sign up, you will all you need to do is let us know who your mortgage provider is or your landlord is. I mean, basically who you're paying all that money to. We go and negotiate with them to invest in the same shares you have been given, that same 10,000 stock. The same stock of shares. And then in the end, you are paying your rent, and your rent and your mortgage, and you are investing as well. Because obviously we all know that all those, especially rent you paid, it's gone. It's not as if it's anybody's fault. That's how it is. But if only you could make use, if only you could invest that money. So that's basically what's all about. So let's look at our website. That's it here. EQ4K, equity for keeps. Your money is worth more than you think. So just go ahead. I will just type it in. You can just go in and sign up and make good use of your money. Your money is not at risk. You don't give us your money. We'll just go and negotiate with your landlord or your mortgage provider or your bank so that they can invest that money, because you all will also benefit. It is in their own interest to see that you're securing some equity as well. That you are. I mean, it's obvious. It's a no-brainer. If your customer is also doing well, it's good for you as well. So I have digressed a bit now. So let's return to what we are looking at right now. So see the link to our website and sign up and see how it goes. eq4k.com. So let's return to Greybog up 23.51%. So let's see what's going on here. It's we're seeing that. Okay, let's see the price. The price is currently at 6.84. So naturally, this is the next destination, $7.50. The next strike that will come into the money. But at the same time as well, sometimes going by what we've been seeing of late, a lot of market participants, both the sophisticated and the unsophisticated, we are all now trading the options, and if they are much more affordable, all the better for us. So we can just roughly estimate that they might be looking at this $7.50 as the next level, and there's a good chance. So and the next one after 7.50 is the $10. Nothing is going on there. but by the time the market opens, it might become active. But for the June 18, the $10 strike is not active. It's not. Okay, let's see if we can ensure that we have all the options. So yeah, that's the most. 10 is the most we can see. Nothing's going on there. So yes, there's a speculation. Yes, there's a good chance that is what they're speculating. For the July 16, we also have it at 1,487. Indeed, anybody will say yes. The reason why we have this high open interest, that's these sort of figures there, is because that is the next natural strike level. So, but in any case, though, never rule out the fact that yes, they are speculating. That it is the next level. So let's see how things pan out in this session. This session I will resume in a few hours now. So yeah. So if you just joined us, thank you very much. Give us a thumbs up. Let's get going. Gray above vision up to 1.52%. It was actually higher than that at some point. So I was actually about 33% or thereabouts. So but currently now lost some 12-ish%. Momentum is declining slightly. MACD but definitely below the signal line. So this will take us to pgen. Precigen Inc. up 25.32%. Precigen is also retracing. Currently, at some point it reached $9.60. Currently now at $8.70. Momentum is very flat. MACD below the signal line, most certainly. So let's have a look and see what happened over the last 5 minutes. For the last 5 minutes, it's yes, also retracing as well. So this retracement has prolonged, has lasted for some time now. It's getting sustained. Let's look at the 10 minutes, last 10 minutes. Yes, also the retracement has been going on for some time now. Not well, for some time. Yes. Let's look at the 30 minutes. Yes, for this session, the 30 minutes it has also been reflected there as well. Okay, let's return to the 1 minute and let's see if Precigen has options to help us have a look and see what's going on. Precigen does it have options? Precigen does have options, so we'll go and have a look at what the figures are like, the open interests, and they're like. So let's go ahead and have a look at it. If you just joined us, thank you very much. We are looking at Precigen. It's currently now trying to move back up. The 10-day moving average is a resistance for it, I believe. So let's go back and see what's going on with Precigen, whether we can get some idea about what's going on in its options. Precigen, PGEN. By the way, you obviously know we're using Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab is, in our opinion, it's by far the best trading platform out there. The tools are so enormous and they are so, how would I mean? So sophisticated, and you can literally do a lot of things. We're using that. We're using their website, and we're also using the Street Smart Edge. You can actually trade in the pre-markets. So let me show you how it works. You can also, right now we are in the pre-market session. All you need to do is select the pre-market and then you place your order. So by far, check this platform out. You don't need to wait for the market to open, so you can get involved already. So that's the guys who are already trading or already have the means to trade. So with Street Smart Edge, you definitely have that tool available to you. So Charles Schwab, they have not paid me for this. We are not. We're just trying to ensure that you have the right or the best tools available to you. So we're not getting anything from them in this regard. So it's just a fact that it's just our opinion. It's just our opinion. So we can see what's going on with June. Okay, so we have. Oh, I use screen. Oh, Quest Trade, right? Yes. Okay. Let's have a look at Quest Trade for those who haven't. Quest. Sorry, we're digressing for those who. For those of all, the rest of us, we're digressing. We're just quickly having a look at the Quest Trade. Yes, I guess with Quest Trade, people you can still trade Blue Sphere, I believe, because I know a lot of platforms in Canada. They are you can still trade a lot of US stocks that have been in what is it called? What's the word? Prevented from. Is it restricted? Yes. I mean, people have been telling me on that they can trade a lot of all those stocks on TD and all that stuff. So yeah, by all means, nothing stops you from opening multiple accounts. We also have multiple. We have with TD. Our first account is with, or rather, with my first account was with it started with Daytech. Daytech was acquired by Ameritrade. Ameritrade was merged with TD. So that's how I have access to TD as well. And then Charles Schwab, we got Charles Schwab through Options Express. We had Options Express, and they were swallowed by Charles Schwab. That's how we got involved there. We also have other ones in the UK, the eToro, and this other one here, LCG. LCG. With this, we trade spread betting and CFDs, commission for difference. So with it's pretty much to some extent like options, but they it's not that they don't expire, but you trade with leverage though. So that's basically what it's all about. So sorry again, I have digressed. I'm sorry about that. So in any case, we are looking at pgen here. Pgen, the next strike is naturally 750. We also naturally seen open interest at 1,625 for the June 18, and that is also okay. But the July 16 is given a different picture, or rather a much more insightful picture. For the $10, we are seeing the biggest number of open interest there, 2,524. So it is an idea, because we obviously know that the June 18 will expire next week. So at least naturally you would expect it wouldn't be out of place for this July 16th to be the destination for those who are hedging their shots, and also the destination market makers are observing things to see how they turn out. You can also see in the case of October 15th, nothing is really going on there. So I think this July 16 is a better picture. We are looking at open interest of 2,524 for this is as it concerns the 10 strikes. So that is how many shares here? 250,000 shares. Yes, that's we have there 250,000 shares. So yeah, they are speculating that they can reach up to that. So we're currently at $8.93. So we have easily surpassed that 750 as a matter of fact. So yeah, there's a good chance things will never know. There's a good chance it can get up to there. So your first margin call, yes. I think you told me that. I think you told us that. Yes. What happened? Did you? Oh, I think you said you managed. Fortunately, things changed dramatically and everything improved, right? Yes. Wow. I mean, yes. Well. I guess you yeah, you were saying things improved, and you didn't have to really do anything because your some of the positions looked up. That's really good. That's exciting. I mean, you feel, I can imagine how that makes you feel. You feel like, I mean, you've been baptized. You're now part of the you're I mean, you are. It's an accolade. It's an accomplishment to be, to be told, yes, you are. I mean, you get a margin call. Yes, it's. I can imagine how you felt. I mean, you may have panic. I know, but but at the same time, yeah. Oh, okay, you sold someone a crab. Okay. Oh, you had options assigned. $9 strike for AMC. Oh, they were in the money, I guess. Yes, they must have been in the money for them to have been assigned. Yes, and I mean, they were in the money, and and expired, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. That reminds me, some some years ago, um, there was a particular stock. I can't remember the stock itself. I began to. I sometimes there's so many rules. There's so many rules, and sometimes we all don't realize them. Or I mean, it's not as if it will come as a shock to us. Some of us we already know. Some of us may know about some of these rules. So the rule in this particular case was, you're trading with uncleared funds. So what happened in my own case was, on this particular session, that was so many years ago, that would have been sometime, I think, in 2004. Yes, so I got started trading on this particular day. I was, looking at what's going on, and I touch my button and the stock goes up, I sell. I buy again. So I obviously didn't have then. I think the rule was you need to have $25,000 in your account by the time the market opens for you to trade with uncleared funds. So I didn't have up to $25,000 in my account when the market opened, so I was not qualified for that session to trade more than $25,000. To trade more than my opening balance, the value of my cash position. So because I didn't have up to 25,000, so what happened was that I got excited with the stock. It was so volatile. I buy it, I get involved, the stock appreciates, I sell, and it pulls back again. I kept on doing that, and by the time I know it, I think it was the same day as well, I saw a message that I've been suspended for 90 days. So I can imagine how that must have felt. So but I felt, yes, yeah, I felt it like it was a sort of badge of honor that you have been barred from trading. Yes. So pretty much like the margin call you got, I guess. It's just that the margin call, yeah, it can be scary as well. It can be scary, if you don't react to a margin call. I have not received any as such, but I can imagine from some of the disclosures and the I've read, I mean, over the many brokerages, many or the various trading platforms I've signed up on. Some of those rules and terms and conditions. They'll tell you that they will do anything to, probably, push your stock into, close everything to make sure that their money is secure. And when things are going wrong, it's no longer about your position. They will close them to make sure any deficit is settled. Yeah. Yes, feels like getting first pair of long pants. Indeed, it is. Yes, it is. It just simply tells you that you are really serious now. You're really serious now. To an extent, you can't even call yourself a pro. And yeah. So what level did they give you there? Did they allow you up to level 4 on options? So while we're there, we have seen an extension of 30.9% for phge. So let's go ahead and see what's going on with AMC. Yes, AMC is, we believe, maybe on extending as well. AMC, yes, up 5.37%. At some point it was higher than that. At some point it was above 46.25 dollars. So, but currently it's at 45.09 at the moment. Okay, yes. So, okay, I mean, if you can do anything like, yes. Or okay, yes, man. See you tomorrow. Yes, see you tomorrow. Yes. Yes. See, I mean, be on the lookout. We have some news, some videos concerning the economy, inflation. We're gonna put out by tomorrow. So you'll stay out and see you, Paul. See you. I guess see you on Monday. Yes. Yes. Okay, so moving on, we are seeing an extension of 5.33% on AMC at the moment. Currently trading, it's looking up at the moment as well. Challenging that 20-day moving average. It's challenging it. It's posing some resistance. It has retraced below its 50-day moving average at the moment, and also below its volume weighted average price. So it currently has an extension of 5.42%. At some point it was higher than that. I would say up to yes, I would say, would that be up to 10%? No, something close to 8%, you know. So right now it currently stands at 5.4% at the moment. So let's look at UWMC. So the markets will open in about an hour and 19 minutes or thereabouts. So UWM Holdings is UWM Holdings up 6.42%. It's been moving sideways pretty much during this pre-market session. So let's look at CMMB. CMMB Therapeutics up 23.7%. So it's currently trading below all of its moving averages, including the volume weighted average price. But at some point we had an extension of 31. It extended to 31.03. So let's see whether CMMB has options as well. We can quickly have a look and see from here before we return, before we have a better picture from the website. Let's see, CMMB. Okay, there are no options. There are no options for CMMB. So let's return and make do with what we have. So right now we are looking at the stock at $24.10, which is an extension of 23.7%. So that's a gain of $4.74. Yes, so that indicates that if that is the case, if it has this extension of 23.7%, which has an increase of $4.74, but at some point also it reached $31 at some point. So what does that tell us? It tells us that the stock extended by more than 50%. So at this $31 $30.99 or $31. It was a more than 50% extension. All of these during this pre-market session. So it has since lost about 27%. That has resulted in it retracing down to $24.1 at the moment. So CMMB Therapeutics up 23.7%. So let's look at CCXI. CCXI is up 14.38%. I believe we have looked at it. It does have options. Centrix. Yes, it does have options. So I think the better set of options will be the July 16th. So they are definitely speculating that okay, so it's currently at $13.20. So the next level will be the 22,451. So they got this right. The people who had open interests, if they were calls, I believe. I mean, yes, I believe not all of them will be long positions, long interests. Some of them may be short interests. So, but in any case, though, it just gives us a fair idea. They are looking at around this area. So it has already passed that 1250. The speculation was the case as at yesterday, June the 10th. So it piled up there, piled up in 15 as well. And for some reason there isn't very much on the 1750, but we have the next big chunk at $20. So let's look further out to August. Let's see what's going on there. The 1250 has already come into the money. So yes, things might change when the markets begins to trade and look differently. So yes, CCXI Chemocentrics up 14.12%. Let's also look at some of the other stocks that have run up huge gains in the previous sessions. You can see that Orphazyme was a run up again of about 380%. Yes, believe that, 380%, but currently now retracing retraced by 52.52%, moving sideways. That retracement has been sustained. Nothing very much has since happened. So let's see whether the stock has options as well. Let's see. ORPH. If you just join us, thank you very much. Subscribe, like, super chat, whatever it is you can do, share, leave a comment, and let's get going. Yeah, we have 2 likes there. Let's at least make it let's at least bring it up to 5 if you can. Okay, there are no options for Orphazyme. There are no options there. So guys, let's get this likes to at least 5. So let's get 3 more likes. So let's go on and look at GLTO, Galeto Inc. down 14%, but momentum is very much strong. So even though it has retraced by 14%, it's very much bullish. The stock is looking up and extending. So it's extending. It still has that $8 in mind. It reached $8 in that previous session, the session of the 10th of June. So you can see all the moving averages are looking up, even though the 200-day moving average, I can't exactly say it is looking up, but all the other ones are clearly looking up. So let's see whether we have options on them on GLTO. I believe this must be a biotech stock as well. It is a biotech stock, so there it's been speculated that the squeeze is moving on to the biotechs with small floats. So obviously the guys at offer Zyme, they have come out and said that they don't exactly know what's behind this extension their stock has seen. So, but moving on, we can have a look at Klein. If you just joined us, let's improve that like count. Let's bring it up to 5 likes over there. Let's keep liking, folks. Thank you all for joining us. We're looking at clean energy. Clean energy is currently up 2.09%. Has just slightly retraced below its 200-day moving average, which for some reason is also above the 200-day moving average. And by that virtue of its position, is below the 20-day and the 10-day moving average. Momentum is currently flat at the moment. And MACD is below the signal line, I believe. Yes, it is below the signal line based on this 1-minute model for clean energy. So let's look at Workhouse, WKHS. They are all some of these other non-biotech stocks. Some of them are extending, but modestly. We are looking at Workhouse now, an extension of 3.2% at the moment. So momentum is is slightly waning. Yes, currently waning. MACD, I believe is above the signal line. Momentum based on the 14-period slow stochastic oscillator, that's what we are looking at here now, has also retraced again. So yes. Okay, yes. All right. Roy, we can yes, we can always look at CMMB again. Yes, we can. There's no harm. We can always check it again. So yes, CMMB is up 24.45% currently. Momentum is waning at the moment, so it has, even though it has run up this amount of gain, we have been able to determine that yes, at some point it had an extension of about 100%, sorry, 50%. Sorry, you can see that it closed at $20, and at some point it reached $31. So that is more than 50% extension. So, but momentum is waning now. MACD are below the signal line. So currently it is just a bit. As a matter of fact, all through the nearly in the entirety of this pre-market session, it has been moving sideways. Things are a bit quiet, but the good thing is that they are not selling off as such. It's quite sustained now. So you want us to, okay, let's look at CMBB. Let's conclude with CMBB, then we'll go ahead and CWMB, sorry, we'll look at TQ. Okay, so let's look at what's going on, whether we can find any options for CMMB. I mean, the options will help us have a look, because of late now they have been using the options to clear the market. It has forced market makers to buy more shares and all that stuff. So there are no options for CMMB. So all we can say that yes, CMMB is up 23%, but has lost, even though it's up 23%, it has also lost 27% in this pre-market session. But things are a little bit quiet at the moment. So we'll see how things go. Do you have any position there? Do you have any position in CWMB? So let's look at TQ, as you indicated. TQ. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Yeah. So, sorry. Yeah, got that wrong there. Do you have any position in CWMB? Okay, so that's what's going on with CMMB. It's even though it's currently has an extension of 22.75%, it has also lost about 27% at the moment. So let's move on to Wendy's. Yes, we got 4 likes now. Somebody please make it 5. Somebody make the likes 5. Bring it up to 5. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, no position. All right, yes, but I'm looking at going in at going at it, going to 31. Yeah, it has a reached 31 and retraced. I know. Yes, there's a good chance it can. There's a good chance, if the market opens, that it can also retrace or back to that, extend back to that 31. So let's look at it from here. Let's look at the chart. CMMB. Yes, it has already reached, and at 31 it is above all of its moving averages. Yes. Okay, let's return again and look at it from this perspective, from the daily model. Yeah, okay, this hasn't reflected that extension because obviously I think it tends to reflect only the live session. So okay, let's return again and use the okay, let's look at the 10-minute model. Yes, so yes, look at, it was at 31 sometime. Did it record 31? Yes. Okay, this it didn't. What it indicates is that when it reached $31, it did not stay there for up to 10 minutes. So it only, this 10-minute model only recorded a 30.14 extension. So we retraced all the way back, but we can say for sure, based on what we have on the 1-minute model, that it reached that $31. So, but it's a good thing that at least based on the 10-minute model, it has retraced. I think also that will be the case with the 5-minute model. It has also retraced, and it retracing below or just right on the 50-minute model. So the opportunity may be there. The opportunity to buy back is there, technically. So if you want to scalp it, if you want to, exactly, you can see it's trying to extend again now, challenging the 200-day moving average. Momentum has just suddenly spiked and it's currently overbought at the moment. So yes, if you, by all means, in the very short term, you can see what you can do. It's 22% retracement is something, but just be careful and see what's going to come out of it. Okay, so we have looked at, let's return and see Wendy's. So okay, you're welcome. Right, you're welcome. Yes. Well, Wendy's has a retreat, an extension of 0.33. So yes, we're noticing a sort of pattern here. The non-biotech stocks are that were experiencing squeezes earlier on in the week, just slightly extending slightly. They're just experiencing modest gains at the moment. Yeah. So if you just join us, thank you all very much. Thank you very much. Give us a thumbs up and let's get going. I think we have four likes. Let's make it 6, please. Let's make it 5. Thank you all very much. Let's make the 5. Make the likes 5. Okay. So Virgin Galactic as well. It has an extension of 1.38 at the moment. Oh, thank you very much, Roy, for subscribing. Thank you very much. Yes. Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay, yes, thank you. Yes, yes. Okay, so Virgin Galactic has a slight extension of 1.38. Yes, we see more and more people. Thank you all very much. Hit that subscribe, hit that like button, super chat, whatever it is you can do. Let's get this party going. Let's let the algos know that this is where it's happening. Let's let them come and see what we're doing here. So Academy Sports Outdoor up 1.1%. Wait, the pattern is also validated in this case as well. ATH. Okay, ATH Athene Holdings, nothing is there. BYND. Beyond Meat up 0.21 as well. See, the pattern is there. Slight extension for most of them. For most of the squeeze stocks during the week, all of them have slight to modest extensions. Let's look at AMC as well. I think yes, we have an extension of 6.19%. It's just right on the, or not far away from its volume weighted average price, but currently the stock is based on this 1 minute model. It is very much bullish, trading above all of its moving averages, all of them, apart from it has now surpassed the volume weighted average price now and extending. This is definitely based on the 1 minute model. Let's look at the 5 minute model and see what's going on. On the 5 minute model as well, it's looking up as well. It's had a bottom, and since that time it's been trying to extend, but based on the 5 minute model, it's still below its 20-day moving average. And let's see what it looks like on the 10 minute model. On the 10 minute model as well, it's still very much bullish, but below the volume weighted average price, sorry, the 50-day moving average. That's what's going on there now. AMC extended by 6.38%. So yes, that's most of these stocks that were, most of the non-biotech stocks that were squeezed during the week are all experiencing some slight modest extensions at the moment now. So thank you all very much for joining us in this session. Let's get your likes, let's get your comments, let's get going. Let's get as many likes as we can and get this party moving on. So let's return and see what's going on with Grey Buck is bullishly extending again up to $7.46 at the moment. So yeah, I think it has surpassed its highest price for this pre-market session now, going by this 5.74 dollar price it has at the moment. So let's see if we can see what's going on with the options on Grey Bug. We're not really going to see anything because the market is not, we don't have any live figures at the moment for the stock, for the options, but it will give us a fair idea of what they are speculating, what the speculations are, where they have placed their interests. Where they have placed their interests tells us exactly what they are hedging against. So obviously the June 18 will expire next week, so not exactly the best of options to look at. So we are now looking at the July 16th. It has a reasonable length of time, 35 days. So we can see clearly there that it has a short interest, sorry, open interest of 1,487. But if we are going to involve the figures for the June 18, then we can also do so. So it has a figure of 3,302. So that simply tells us that they are speculating that the stock will definitely surpass 750, or will we'll reach 750, and we are at some point. We reached it today already, 750, but it has retraced now, currently at 7.39 at the moment. So interestingly enough, The $10 doesn't have any. It's not. There isn't any interest there. It's not even active at the moment. But we'll see how things turn out when the market opens. Whether that $10 strike will become active at the moment. It's dulled out at the moment, so you can't get involved in it. So Grey Buck Vision up 34.36%. Where our number is growing, so leave a comment. Let's have a look at any stock you want us to have a look. Give us a like, subscribe, super chat, whatever it is. Let's let them know this is where it's happening. So the next one will be pgen. Precigen up 27.04%. Okay, so it's currently at $8.88. So momentum is oversold at the moment, I believe. Yes, oversold. It's oversold. MACD below the signal line. Yes, so this is based on 1-minute model. Let's look at the 5-minute model, see what's going with Precigen. Yes, same thing as well, below all of its short and intermediate moving averages, but above the 200-day moving average for the 5-minute model. The 10-minute model might say something different. So same. Okay, in the 10-minute it is below the 20-day and the 10-day moving averages, but above the 10-day and the 200-day. Momentum is also oversold, MACD below the signal line. So let's return and go on to that 1-minute model, still extended by 27.32%. At some point we had an extension of so this is 190, so that will be we have that extension, I think close to 20, I would say up to 30%, I believe, at some point, but it's currently now at 27.61%. So gradually challenging that 20-day moving average to extend again. Momentum is also improving for Precigen. So let's see if we can find option figures for Precigen. Precigen is yes, let's see if we can find option figures for Precigen. Yes, we have options for Precigen. So the speculation is between $7, $7.50. The open interests are concentrated around that $7.50 and $10 region. Yeah, so that's what the speculation is like. So, but currently now it has already passed that $7.50 mark. So currently extending towards $9. I think at some point we reached $9, $9.60. Yes, $9.60. We reached it today on Precigen. So, but currently at 8.94 now, a $1.95 extension. Yeah. UWMC. UWMC is has an extension of 5.9%, extending above the 10-day moving average, or rather in between the 10-day and the 20-day moving average, but below the 50-day and the volume weighted average price. So we can't see the 200-day moving average in this picture. There's a good chance it may still be below. There's a good chance it may still be there. So UMC up 5.9% and extending, quite bullish at the moment, but the moving averages are still very much bearish, indicating that the stock The underlying trend is still very much a bearish one. So CMMB is up 25%. At some point it reached $31 in this pre-market session, but currently at 25%. Momentum is improving. MACD is definitely above the signal line. Yeah, but the underlying trend I think is still, I would say, modestly bullish, I think, yes, based on this 1 minute model we're looking at right now. So let's look at CCXI. Chemocentrics up 13%. The stock, based on this 1 minute model, very much bullish. These signals are, underlying trend is bullish as well. The stock is above the 10-day. It's above all of its moving averages, I believe, even though we can't see the 200-day, but it's currently also above the volume weighted average price at the moment and extending. Momentum is strong and improving. MACD is definitely above the signal line. So let's see what's the 10-minute model is indicating for CMMB, or sorry, CCXI. Yes, but on that model, the underlying trend is a bullish one. You can see that all the moving averages, 10-day, 20-day, 50-day, 200-day, all looking up. The volume weighted average price, okay, very much neutral, I guess. So CCXI now has an extension of 14.12% at the moment. So let's look at some of the other stocks that have been on the news for being squeezed of late. That is ORPH. Oops. ORPH is down 52.62%. At some point, they ran up an extension of about 383%. That is the previous session, the session of the 10th of June. So it's moving, currently trading below all of its moving averages. Momentum is slightly above oversold, slightly above 25 at 34.29, not so strong as such. So it has lost about 52%. So even at that, the extension is going by what it closed at on the 9th of June. It's an extension of about 250%. So that's what's going on. So the markets will open in about 50 minutes or thereabout. So let's look at AMC and see how it has fared. AMC is up 5.79%, but currently the stock itself is looking down, sloping downwards, retracing. Currently slightly below its 200-day moving average. Momentum is oversold at the moment. Presenting buy the dip opportunity for those who are keen on doing so. Just based on the 1 minute model, it's a different picture altogether. If you're looking at it from, let's say, the 10-minute model, it might be a totally different picture. Okay, still very much I think the underlying trend is also still very much bullish based on the 10-day moving average, even though we have that the 200-day moving average is bearish. AMC up 5.72. There's GameStop, and let's see. GameStop is also up 5.84%. The underlying trend, I think, very much bullish as well, even though the 10-day moving average is looking down, sloping downwards. Momentum based on the 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is not strong at all. So let's see if we can find any news concerning GameStop. Okay, so its earnings outcomes are expected today. So Q2 reported earnings was $0.45, a gain of $0.21, which is a beat. This is a 67.86% increase over non-GAAP results from the same period a year ago. So we have a 67% to roughly 68% improvement on earnings per share for GameStop. Yeah, so we have earnings outcomes for GameStop. It was an improvement. So there's some news here. Stocks in the move. It includes GameStop. GameStop, Levent, Vertex, Royal Caribbean, Holdings. Medley Management down 11.7%. Okay, so yeah, let's return and see what's going on charts. So GameStop 5.7 up 5.71%. Let's look at Armed. Armed is down 0.76%, but currently looking bullish. Yeah, sorry, I had to squat a fly, if you don't mind. So somebody's saying, well, you can all equally you can all see it, saying buy CCXI $13 for sale today for $15 plus. So we are not asking him what's the thesis behind the CCXI. Is there going to be a push there? So if you know anything about it, just let us know. I know you're telling us to buy at $13.30 and sell for 15 plus. So let's look and see whether there are options for CCXI. You must have checked before, but I can't remember whether it has any options. Okay, it has options, so yeah, $13. Okay. And sell for $15. Okay. So right now, yeah. Okay, what we can also observe is that based on this 7-day June 18 options, we can see that even though $220 doesn't have very much going on there, you can see it has 565. So just a slight indication that people are also, going. They're also looking at it. They are looking at it as well. But clearly, the $25 is also there as well. We can see its open interest is standing out at 2,276. So that's it tells you something about that, about that strike. And at the same time as well, on the puts, we also have a corresponding 301 increase. So a 301 open interest. It tells you something as well. If they have that sort of open interest, there's betting against this sort of high open interests. Yes, that it probably indicating that speculating that it will reach $25 is a bit far-fetched. Hence, this sort of open interest. We're just guessing. So let's look at the 25. We also have on 25. We have 702 here. 702, which is the highest of all of them, apart from that 20 again. Here the 20 as well. We have a 3,288. All of these are for chemocentrics. So we have 25 here as well. We also have there. So there's a pattern there there's a reasonable speculation that the $20 is okay here. Oh sorry, on the 7-day it's the $25 that is standing out, but on the July 16th we have the 20-day just sort of sticking out a little bit. The stock already is going by the current prices, is already beyond 1250 at the moment. So the market is opening in about 26 minutes. We'll see how things turn out. Yes, so if you just join us, we are just broadly covering some of the stocks in the move at the moment, and somebody's urging us to buy Chemocentrics at the current price, which is about $13.30. But we're asking him why do you say so? What's the thesis behind that? And so in any case, though, we'll see how things turn out. Let's look at CMMB. If you just join us, thank you all very much. Subscribe, like, share, super chat, thumbs up. Like. We have 4 likes. Let's increase it to 5 if you don't mind. Let's increase those likes to 5. Thank you all very much. So CMB is up 25%. Based on this 1-minute model, it is trading above all of its short and intermediate trend moving average. That will be the 10-day, 20-day, and the 50-day, but below the 50-day and the volume weighted average price. So momentum is currently sitting at 25, which is just not far away from being oversold based on the 14 period slow stochastic oscillator for this 1-minute model as it concerns CMMB therapeutics. So let's look at pgen. Precigen is up 30.04%, just slightly below its 200-day moving average based on this 1-minute live model. Greybug Vision up 26.4% and extending, but the underlying trend is, I think, in the short term definitely bearish, but I think overall, yes, you can still see the underlying trend for Greybug based on this 1-minute model is bearish, even though we have the 50-day moving average still very much bullish, but you have the short long term and the short terms are bearish. So yes, it's a mix of things concerning Greybug on this 1-minute model. So let's see what's going on with GameStop. The earnings outcomes are out. I think it has a roughly 68% improvement on its earnings per share. So it's currently up 5.36%, just a modest gain. This brings us to AMC. AMC is up 4.88%. Trying to look up. Momentum is also waning at the moment. Yeah. Okay, you want us to have a look at HTBX. Alright, okay. Yeah, K, we're going to have a look at HTBX. HTBX down 14.58%. Yeah. Let's see. Hit Biologics. HTBX. HTBX, okay, ran up an extension of let's see, we're trying to get a picture of what things are like. Okay, tent, yes, so it ran up to $6.950 960 and retraced now to where it is right now. It is now at 829, somewhere here, 829 somewhere there, 829. Yes, this is where it is at the moment. So after that extension, normally you would expect us after the squeeze, I believe, that occurred on the yesterday, the 10th. So probably it's now retracing at the moment. So retracing. Let's look at the options. It's correcting as a model. It's more than a correction it's having right now. HTBX. So there's a good chance they are moving money away to other stocks to see where the push is. But HTBX is part of the whole biotech space. So let's see. This is the June 18th. So yes, we're still seeing based on the July 16 options. Now that we don't have a very high amount of open interests there. But for the June 18, we still have what looks like some speculation as well, but they're not so high as such. They're not so high, 1,000. But in any case, though, let's see what the we have 25.25 million shares outstanding. So this will be 125,500 shares. So that will be 125,000. Yeah, not a big fraction. Not so much relative to the shares outstanding. So I guess they may have looked at what's going on in the option space, and they have seen that what's the hedgings and all those things wouldn't be a compelling factor to remain in heat biologics, amongst other things. So probably that is why they moved on to other things. So, but in any case, that's things can totally change. We don't have all the. Things could change in this session as well, in subsequent sessions. So, but we are looking at a correction for heat biologics, down 14.06%. So, Kay, do you have any position in HTBX while we are moving on to AEHL? AEHL was also Antelope Enterprises, down 17.56% based on this 1 minute model. The underlying trend is a bearish one. You can see all the moving averages and the volume weighted average price are looking downwards. So let's obviously this is based on the 1 minute model. Let's see if we can get a different picture from the 10-minute model. The 10-minute model it's also seeing the same thing. The overall trend, the underlying trend, is a bearish one. So, but let's return to the 10 minutes. Sorry, to the 1 minute model, and let's come over here and see what's going on, what's behind that retracement we are looking at right now. Oh, you have a position in HTBX. I hope you're already in the money, I suppose, or you are the retracement is of concern to you, is it? So we're trying to see what's going on with Antelope, whether it is also the case with HTBX. Okay, so it's a further retracement as well. You can see that. I think 9th it extended. It reached this high of 5.55 on the 9th, and on the 10th it retraced to 4.13, and today again we're looking at yet another retracement to 3.37. 3.37 is somewhere here. 3.37. All right, okay, you didn't exit on time, sorry about that. Yeah, so 3.37 is where, okay, just somewhere here. This is where it is now at the moment. So yeah, so the retracement has continued to increase. So let's see if we can also find out if the options or the maybe a factor. I mean, all of these are just speculations. We don't have all the picture, but it is just the data out there, and by all means we can, okay, there are no options for AEHL, but what is certain is that the stock has run up it ran up some gains and it's currently retracing now. So buying CCXI, somebody had, from what you if you pull up, you can see that somebody is urging us to buy CCXI. Okay, and you are the second person who's bringing that up now. There might be something there, CCXI. So, but K, yes, it's Antelope is retracing at the moment, but we'll just continue to see what's going on. But before we go into CCXI, Tavius, 1 minute. Let's wrap up this AEHL and see and get a complete picture of what's going on there. Let's see. Naked short AEHL. Definitely see shorts there. Okay, the short volume as at yesterday, June the 10th, has also dropped, but not just by 10%. You can see that 10%. Graphically, looks like a plunge. You can see that it looks like a plunge. Yeah. This is what happened on the 9th. On the 9th, we had a 45.98%. So even at that, 35.19%. So just be patient. We'll see how things go. There's still money in the stock. There's still money in the stock going by. Okay, well, I think the volume dropped as well. That's another thing. So we can't just go by percentages. You can see that we have a drop in volume from 7.89. I mean, as at the 8, it was, I think for now it might that squeeze may be over. You can see that what would this be? What will this 10 times in drop, 10 times reduction in volumes? So that's what we saw yesterday. So yeah, there's a good chance for Antelope. It's very quiet at the moment, so see what you're going to do about it, and if it means closing the position or just waiting it out and see what's going to happen. So yeah, so let's look at CCXI. Yeah, okay, momentum gone. Yes. Yeah, but even at that, but also remember as well that when there's a drop in momentum, there's a gloom. After that comes yet another move upwards, so because people who are exiting are opening the door, or keeping the door open for those who are going to come in, because the opportunity is there. You can see it is retracing. As a matter of fact, the opportunity is improving as it is retracing. So you have to balance the two of them. It is the previous party is ending, but a future party is also gradually building up. So it's all depends on how you want to look at it, whether you have the patience to stay around for any future one or not. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, Kay. Yes. So have you? Let's look at CCXI. Chemocentrics Inc. up 14.82% at 13.25%. Sorry, $13.25. Momentum is currently flat at the moment. All of these are based on the 1 minute model, and we have seen that. Okay, let's see whether we can find anything on its options. Okay. While we're here, let's look at its figures, short figures, CCXI. So the market is opening in about 22 minutes. Okay, yesterday the short interest was okay. We had an increase in volume, and we had a 45% short interest, short volume, percentage of short volume, and then yes, so yes, there was an increase in volume in that last session, and it's so I want to also believe that there is the volume is also still on the increase again, or somewhat sustained based on what we're looking at right now in this pre-market session for CCXI. So yeah, but currently right now as we speak, the momentum is gradually improving. The volume is the last volume is at 650, not so much, but it has nothing to do with anything as such, but we'll see how things go. So let's see what we can get from the options concerning CCXI, if it has options. Chemocentrics, okay, there are options on it. Yeah, we have 5 likes. Can we get more of them, please? Let's get going. So chemocentrics, this is the options. These are the options. Let's expand more. Let's expand the table. So since it's currently at 13.25, so we are somewhere in between the 12.50 and the 15. So yes, obviously the speculation is there. We can see maybe because we have this sort of open interests here around this area based on this based on this June 18 options. You never know. With this we're talking about 779,000 shares if they're going to be exercised. We are talking about 332,000. We're talking about 119,000. So I think roughly we're already looking at 1 million shares here based on this 7-day based on this June 18 options. You never know. These could be some of the things that are that may be behind the extension we're looking at right now. The interests we're still seeing there. We can also see in this case for the July 16 we have 3,000. Okay, if exercise, we're talking about 379,000 shares, 245,000. So roughly we are looking at 600,000 plus the 1 million we saw above, that's 1.6 million. So where does that sound stand out? Where does that stand as it concerns its shares outstanding? Let's get a look and see what 60 if the float is on CCXI. I mean, this is the hard data, so it shouldn't be ignored. It shouldn't be ignored because I mean we all know what's going on now. You know, gamma squeeze. It's what the market makers are looking at, and they will start acting, take action. You can see 69.75 million shares outstanding. So, and this is not exactly the total picture, even though we have just been able to point out a possible 1.1 million shares and some fraction that might be bought. I mean, all of these are just speculations. We don't exactly know whether they will come to fruition or not. But we can also see on the August 20, we can see, but they're not so much. You know. So, but when the market opens, things can also change. But all in all, I think we can just roughly say that there is a small amount of flesh in the options. You know, who knows? It could be what they are looking at, and they are pushing the stock up. You know, and yeah, it could possibly be. So we're looking at this extension of 14.34%. So whether we have views, are we buying CCXI? We're not exactly sure, but it's an interesting stock to watch. We're not exactly sure if we're going to buy them. We're just observing and seeing what's going on concerning it. Yeah. So that's what we have. I think I mean, we just roughly calculated some of the ones that we just felt that are tangible, but indeed there are more. Even though all of them will not be exercised. I mean, all of them will not. They are not a factor as such. You know, it's just the ones that are that are coming gradually close to the sort of prices the stock is moving towards. So yeah. So the stock is currently at 13.16. So at that region, what do we have there? We have that $15 already. This has come into the this has already been eclipsed, and who knows? Could it be that market makers have already gone to buy some of these contracts, buy about 700,000 shares to push the stock up as they saw the stock surging towards that 1250. Could it be? We have we don't have the previous data because this is the market opened about 6, so we don't have what happened. We don't have the graphics for what happened about an hour earlier or thereabout. So you never know. It could be because we have this sort of 797,000 shares that were opened, that stand as its open interest, and it may have forced market makers to do something. I mean, it could be anything. I mean, we are looking at this extension of about 13.52%. At some point it reached 15%. So well, and moving on, we also have for 332,000, and for 1750 you have 119,000. So but all of these are speculations. We're not sure, but the underlying trend currently is still very much in the short term. The underlying trend is a bearish one. The stock is retracing. It's retracing down at $12.99. Yeah, so let's go ahead and see what's going on with the other stocks. pgen up 27.47% at the moment, sustained. It's been moving sideways for the best part of what would I say, 18 minutes at the moment. It's been moving sideways. Momentum is just sustained above 25% at yes, at 33.33%, but retracing now. Precigen up 27.75%. So let's look at gray vision. We have 5 likes. Can we make the likes 6? Somebody give us one more like. Thank you very much. So gray bug vision up 18.63%. We're looking at retracement, but the stock itself is trying to look up. The underlying trend for this 1 minute model as it concerns gray bug is a bearish one. But the stock has reached the bottom at $6.50. It's trying to extend the gain. The opportunity has presented itself for scalpers, and they're trying to see what they're going to make out of it, whether the opportunity is there. Let's look at the Let's look at the 1 minute, the 10-minute model and see what it says there. Okay. Yeah, the much longer trend is based on this 10-minute model, still very much bullish. So it's for now the retracement hasn't been sustained for now. It hasn't been sustained enough for now. So that's what's going on for gray bug, up 19.89%. I believe it has extended within this. Yes, it's extending gradually. You can see it's now above, or rather trying to challenge that 20-day moving average. That's the 20-day moving average. All of them are very much bearish based on this 1 minute model. You can see the volume standing at 16,000. All of these are just the volumes that are crossing the tape at the moment. Oh yes, we got 6 likes. Thank you all very much. If I have to be greedy, can we make it 7? Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, with 19.35%. That's the extension we have on gray bug. So let's let's look at GME, GameStop. Whoops. GameStop has lost some of its gains. It's now only has an extension of 1.64%, but currently retracing. There could be something wrong somewhere. Its earnings outcomes had a 67% improvement year on year, or rather had a 67% improvement. I don't know, I can't really say if it's year on year or not. At some point it had an extension of about 5%, but we're looking at an extension of roughly 1.72% at the moment. The underlying trend is a bearish one for GameStop at the moment. So let's see what's going on with AMC, whether it has also retraced as much as GameStop has. Okay, so it's again an extension of 3.5% for AMC. So we saw that ORPH, it's stock that ran up a 300% extension in the session of the 10th of June. It has now retraced by 49%, but still has that 251% extension from the June 9th figure. So the stock itself is very much bullish. The underlying trend, based on what's going on, based on the 1 minute model, is a bullish one. The opportunity is there. 50% retracement is calls for an opportunity, but you have to be careful as well. You have to be careful. So it's improving. I don't think Zyme has options. I don't think so, but it's gradually extending and improving. Pretty much was moving sideways for some time, but some market participants have gotten interested. It's moving up now, and apart from it being a stock that is shorted, it's apart from it being a stock that is probably facing a squeeze that pushed it up to that extension. I think the opportunity is that it's expecting this approval from the FDA by next week, June the 17th. So there are more sound fundamentals going on there. So it's strongly bullish and extending. MACD above signal line. 14 period slow stochastic oscillator is improving as well. Yes, the signals look very much bullish, but we are only still looking at we still have a retracement of 48.57%. Don't let the graphics deceive you. It has just only shaved off only 1% of what it lost. So momentum is also waning as well. MACD above the signal line. So we'll just see how things pan out, whether it's going to be this attempt to shave off this retracement it had will be sustained, and Zyme doesn't have options to give us some sort of picture as regards what's going on, but definitely we can also look at whether it has what the short volumes are like. ORPH. So yes, we saw a huge increase, obviously. 56%. It suddenly skyrocketed. The normal volume, the last volume, you can see what the regular volume is like: 11,000, 12,000, 18,000, 4,500. Suddenly 1.478 million shares, and more than half of that were sold short. So yes, more than that. So it may not be over. It may not be over. But yeah, it may not be over. So probably it's a case of profit taking that dropped the stock down to where it is right now. So let's see if we can find its. We didn't get any floats, but I think it's not exactly a very huge float. I saw that it's around 50 something million shares that are floated. So yeah, we'll see how things go for ZIM. So currently it is extending. It's still very much at 48%. So nothing, even though the graphically it's looking up, but it's still still where it's still around that 50% retracement. But the signals are indicating that the stock is extending. The signals are very much bullish. For some market participants, this is enough reason for them to buy the stock. For them, this is enough reason to buy the stock. So we are looking at it, that retracement down to 47.81%. So we've got 6 likes. Thank you all very much. The market is opening in about a minute now. So any minute the market is open. So if a ZIM is escaping, the retracement is at 45% now. Let's see, it's a huge battle now. What we are looking at right now, very much dramatic, very much dramatic. So let's uncheck these pre-market boxes. So we're not seeing anything at the moment because we are now looking at the bigger picture. So when we've just included the pre-market picture. So it's currently at 45% retracement. So something is going on here. The stock is rallying, it's extending. The signals are very much bullish, very positive. The stock is extending but retracing now. Retracing and retracing. Yes, it's erasing some of those gains. The temptation is to get involved with this stock. Signals are very much bullish. Currently at $12.50. So highly risky. The temptation is quite strong to get involved. Okay, the trading is halted. Let's see what's going to happen. So this is a 10% extension. 10%. It has erased the 50. It has erased 10% out of its total retracement. Trading is halted for a ZIM. I believe from what the news is saying, it was halted severally during the during the previous session. So nothing's going on now. Let's look elsewhere and see what's going on with pgen. Pgen up 23.18%, but it's a retracement. No, it's a we have excluded the pre-market, so it's we have seen a gap, so it's extending 23.61%. Gray up 14.38% currently. Let's see whether we can see the options for gray bug vision. Okay, so this is what the options look like. Oh, sorry, this is not gray bug vision. This is CCXI. Sorry. While we're at it, we'll see whether they trading. Okay. Okay, yes, it's moving. We'll return and see what's going on with ORPH. Okay, we saw that there wasn't any during that. Previously, we saw there wasn't this 10 strike wasn't tradable. It has suddenly gotten a value of $8 of 0.8 cents. Okay, that's what's going on with gray bug. So let's return and see what's going on with ORPH, whether it has been released. Trading still halted for ORPH. There's a good chance that if it's released, it might retrace. So let's see what is going on with AMC. AMC up 3.92%. BlackBerry up 1.15%. Still halted. ORPH, GOTO. GameStop up 5.11%. Clean Energy Fuels down 1.03%. Workhouse up 2.18%. Wendy's Co up, rather down 0.16%. Yes, if you just join us, thank you all very much. We need more thumbs up, more likes, more subscribers, more super chats, whatever it can do. Let's get a party going. SPCE Virgin Galactic up 0.85% and extending. So let's go RPH. Quite interesting. Trading still halted. I believe by the time the market opens, it usually happens, it tends to the stock tends to drop in price. Grey bug up 23.51% and extending. The signals are very much bullish, very much bullish. Very interesting. UWMC, Holdings up 2.56%. CMMB. Thank you very much for joining us in this session. Thank you very much. Subscribe, like, super chat, and let's get going. So trading is also halted for CMMB Therapeutics. CCXI, is it the case as well? It's up 11.49%. I think they want why would they want to halt ORPH? It's down 40.48%, and it was extending, and it raised 10% of its losses. I think the interest is very much there, very high there. Let's see what's going on on the streets. ORPH, find out what's going on. Let's see what people are talking about. Today is up 100 and okay, this is not the US figure. Okay, this was 3 hours ago. See, of a Zyme unaware of reasons for stock volatility. See, okay, said that America. Okay, yes. Okay, the stock is down 57% to 9.08 in the pre-market. Volume was 909,000 shares at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, while the stock has an average of 483,000. For Zyme said investors who purchase the company's ADSs or shares may lose a significant portion of their investment if the price of such securities subsequently declines. So for Zyme's application for arimocolol for Niemann-Pick disease type C are under priority review from the FDA. So if you compound all of those things, yes, the positive reaction, the expectation of the outcomes concerning this FDA priority review, which is like around 7 days away, you can see why the stock may be extended. Yes, you can expect to see why that is the case. So let's return and see what's going on with Zyme, whether it has continued. Yes, it's extending again, extending again. They have unhalted it. And see what's going on. Temptation is to buy, and it seems we are going to buy. placed an order to buy one. I think the order has gone through. Yes. So we're currently in the money on the stock, extending by, it had a loss of 50%, so it has shaved off 30% now. Seriously extending. Trading halted again, yes. So the stock has extended. It has a retracement of 23.38%, but at some point it opened the market. It opened at a 50% retracement, so it's trying to recover some of those losses to probably reach extend back to where it was earlier on. I mean, where it closed at, you know. Yesterday, June the 10th, it closed at a 330% extension. So all I can say is that it's it's trying to extend all the way back again. There isn't any news. I think, but this we can't say that there isn't any news. You can see it just indicated, the company indicated that its drug, a prescription drug user fee act with an expected prescription drug user fee act action date of June 17, as well as okay. So this priority review, it's a news, but we really didn't really know there was, or maybe we knew that this is it has this June 17 date as with an, okay, it says here the FDA is carrying out this priority review with an expected prescription drug user fee act action date of June 17th. So let's find out what this means. Prescription drug user fee act action. Let's find out what it means. We still have it trading still halted, and we're already in the money slightly. So on August 18, 2017, the President signed into law the FDA reauthorization, which includes the reauthorization of PDUFA through September 2022. PDUFA 4 will provide a continued timely review of new drug and biologic license applications. Okay, it says the Prescription Drug User Fee Act was a law passed by US Congress in 1992, which allowed FDA to collect fees from drug manufacturers to fund the new drug approval process. So does the FDA miss PDUFA dates? So well, it's not so wonderful that the FDA has to charge drug makers money. So that's so wonderful. Well, in any case, though, it's been working. There hasn't been any compromise as such. Well, I mean, we have not had any cause to suggest that there is any sort of compromise. So if you are if you're being paid by the people you're regulating, that's a double standard. But all in all, it may not be as I'm just seeing it. It may just be a fee that they're charging them. It doesn't. I mean, they should have enough discipline to charge them that fee and not expect to compromise on anything. So yes, it's law. So I think with the law, they wouldn't need to be afraid of anything, or they wouldn't need to feel the need to compromise. So it's backed by the law. So yeah, sure. So we're still looking at for Zyme. We have a trading hold, the second we're seeing today in this the session of June the 11th. We also just opened the position there as well. We can see that B here saying we bought. Limit. Oh, it's not filled. Okay, we didn't buy yet. Zero field. Okay, so we didn't buy the stock. Trading is currently halted. We should have used the market order that would have filled it right away. Okay, so while we are waiting for that, we can go ahead and look at other things. See what's going on with AMC. AMC has lost some of its gains. Phgen is still up 22.32%. Gray is Gray Bug up 9.84%. UWM Holdings up 2.17%. Let's quickly return to ORPH. Trading is on the move, but it's retracing now. I think the opportunity is there for us to get involved. Oh, still halted, sorry. Okay, so I think we're gonna wrap up this session. We will try and return again. So thank you all for getting involved. We really appreciate your presence in this session. Thank you.